Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm bringing you guys with some tips and tricks, mostly tips and recommendations that you can do to stay productive and stay motivated. A lot of you guys are going back to school soon or have gone back to school. I don't start school till August 30th, so kind of weird that people are going back to school already and I have another eyelash in my eye. These are just some things that I do to stay productive and motivated when I feel like I literally don't want to do anything. A quick disclaimer that I wanted to make: even though I am making this video, this does not mean that I am productive 100% of the time, even 80% of the time. I am not productive all the time. It's literally impossible for someone to be productive 100% or else they're going to burn out. I also wanted to mention that productivity is subjective, so what might work for me might not work for you, or vice versa. I would suggest to try some of these tips out and see what works for you. If they don't, try another one. It's basically a whole thing of trial and error and seeing what best fits your needs, what your lifestyle is like, basically figuring things out along the way. We need to be productive to get our stuff done. So my first tip is have a clean workspace or a clean environment. For example, I always do my work in my desk, which is in my room. So if my room is dirty, I literally will not feel like doing anything. I will want to lay down in my bed and just be on my phone all day. So keeping my room clean and my desk clean helps a lot, and it actually makes me feel more productive. It just encourages me more. As you can see right now, it is pretty clean. I just have these two books laying around, but let's ignore that. A clean environment is very important wherever you're doing work, whether it be in the kitchen, in school, at your desk, your classroom desk area, anywhere. Just try to keep it as clean as possible and it will motivate you a lot. I kind of mentioned this in the intro, but another tip is to take breaks. I cannot stress this enough. I used to take 0 breaks, like nothing. Like I would just do my work hardcore, non-stop for like 10 hours straight. Obviously I would stop to eat and like go to the bathroom, but I would not take like breaks at all, and that would really stress me out to the point where I would be crying. Basically, breaks are really important for your mental health, and they are also important to prevent burnout. Whether it be 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, I would recommend taking a break at least every half an hour or every hour, depending on how much you want to get done, how focused you are. Just remember to take breaks because it's key. I don't care whether you're doing something that lasts like the shortest amount of time but you end up taking long, or if you have a time limit or a deadline, take a break. It could be as short as 5 minutes. Just take a break to relax your brain, just calm down and just give your brain a break, man. My third tip is to make a to-do list either in the morning or at night. This is something that I have doing a lot more recently, and I cannot express how much this has helped me. I prefer to do it at night because if I go to sleep, I have like a bunch of like ideas and things that I have to get done the next day just swarming around in my head. So I write a to-do list at night, but then in the morning, obviously, if I remember some extra things that I have to do that day, I'll add some more to-do stuff in the list. Making a to-do list just keeps me more organized and makes me feel more put together, and I cannot explain how satisfying it is to check off the things on your to-do list. That's another thing. No matter how small the task is, just add it to your to-do list. It can be something like reading, going on a walk, taking your dog out on a walk. Just having, at least in my opinion, having a lot of stuff in my to-do list makes it so that I can constantly be checking off, and that just motivates me more in some weird way. Hopefully you understand what I mean by that. My fourth tip is to figure out a why. Why do you want to get that task done? Let's say I have to do my homework. Why do I want to get my homework done? Well, I want to get it done so that I can have some free time later, so I can get a good grade in that class, so I can graduate and get a degree. And if you can't figure out a why, I don't really understand why you're doing it. Figuring out a why just makes you think of the outcome that it's going to give you and provide you with. That just makes you want to do it even more because you know you're going to get that A in the grade, or you know you're going to pass the class, so you're not going to have to do it later. It doesn't matter what your why is. Your why can literally be anything. It can be simple, it can be complex, it can be anything. Just figure out a why, because that is really important. Another tip of mine is to practice self-care. I feel like this is something that a lot of people neglect, and I used to neglect this a lot, but I have been being more mindful about it and implementing it more. By self-care, I mean mentally and physically. So make sure you're getting your nutrients by eating enough food, eating the right types of food, work out. It doesn't even have to be like a 1-hour workout. Just like go on a walk that lasts like 5 minutes. Get like just move around, read, do a face mask, self-care day. There's literally a bunch of stuff you can do. Journaling, anything that relaxes you, makes you happy, just do it. Have a self-care day or self-care routine. I don't know about you, but if I'm feeling like garbage, I'm not gonna want to get anything done, like at all. But when I feel relaxed, happy, at peace, satisfied. I can't think of any more adjectives. That's an adjective, right? Yeah, those are adjectives. I literally forgot everything from school. But if I'm not feeling any of those things, then I don't want to do anything. Like, make sure you're taking care of yourself. And I feel like I have to repeat this again, but make sure you are eating your food and nutrients. In order to get stuff done, you need energy. Your body gets energy from food. Food is fuel, remember that. I also recommend using productivity apps. I personally don't use that many, but I know a lot of people do find them beneficial. I currently am only using 2 productivity apps, Notion and Flora. Flora is basically an app where you set yourself a timer to complete any task. By the end of the day, or by the end of the timer, I mean, you get a tree or a plant or a flower. I downloaded the app like 5 months ago, maybe, or maybe more. And I finished the entire world tour, which is basically where you go around the world on the map and get a bunch of different plants from that country or place that you're at. Ever since I finished it though, I am gonna be honest, I don't feel that motivated to use it. I finished the tour. There's not that many other tours aside from the Hawaii one, which I also finished. Getting the same plants every single time does not motivate me. I enjoyed the map part of it, getting to every country. So if you guys do have a recommendation that I can use instead of that, I would really appreciate it. I also forgot to mention that in the Flora app, if you do end up using your phone while the timer is still going and hasn't finished, you are going to kill your tree. This might not work for some people, but for me personally, whenever I do get a notification saying you just killed a tree, that makes me sad, like genuinely sad. So I just end up not wanting to use my phone and not wanting to kill a tree. But for some people, obviously, they're not going to care about a virtual tree. Like I said, something might work for me that might not work for you, and vice versa. Another app that I use is Notion. Basically, I just use it for anything I feel like. I don't have a specific layout because I don't use it for that many stuff. Honestly, I used it more during the school year to set up my classes and my notes and organize all of that, but since I've been in the summer, I have not really been using it because I do have other ways that I stay productive. For example, I use the notes app and the calendar app on my phone, computer, just the one that comes with the device. I find them to be really helpful in planning out my day, creating any lists, reminders, grocery lists. That's basically what I use all of that for. Another way you guys can get productivity going in your system that made no sense is through social media. There is a little stigma that social media can be toxic, and that is partially true, but if you follow the right people, such as inspiring people, people that motivate you and just inspire you to be more productive and get things done, that will be really helpful. For example, on Instagram, I follow a lot of people that inspire me to work harder in the gym, eat nutritionally, to be mindful, to practice spirituality, just positivity. I follow people that make me happy and that motivate me to do stuff. I unfollowed all the people that literally benefited me in no way, that I thought were negative or toxic. That's something that you do have control over. You have control over who you follow and who you choose not to follow. I just don't see any point following someone that makes you feel bad about yourself. You can also do that on YouTube. For example, you're watching this video and I'm giving you tips on to be productive. So hopefully I am making you want to be productive, at least a little bit. That'll make me happy. Setting the mood. Obviously, if you're in a really low place, I really doubt you'll be able to get things done. You have to kind of like set the mood. You know, when you're about to go on a date, for example, when you're on a date, they might set a mood. They might like dim the lights, put out some candles to make the aura just more, you know, romantic. I don't know why I'm saying this. I've never been on a date. Do the same thing when you're studying or wanting to get some stuff done. You can do this by either lighting a candle. A lot of people do this. I haven't done that personally because I'm not allowed to light candles in my room, unfortunately.
My parents think I'm gonna like forget that it's lit and burn my room down.
Although I do have a candle in my room just in case I feel a little bit rebellious and want to actually light it. It smells really good though, so sometimes I really do want to light it. I honestly don't know why I even have this in my room as I don't use it. Who knows? Maybe one day I will. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna rebel. Another way you can set the mood is by putting on some music in the background. I love listening to lo-fi hip-hop music or lo-fi music. It serves as the background music, but it also doesn't have any lyrics to it, so you can't really get distracted by singing along to it, because that's an issue that I have. If I put on music with lyrics, I want to sing along, and then I get distracted and end up getting nothing done. I'm gonna put a link down in the playlist to my Spotify, because I do have a lo-fi music playlist, or just like studying playlist, which I basically use for anything whenever I want to get anything done, not just for studying. I'm also gonna link down other playlists that I really do enjoy. Other ways you can set the mood is by making yourself a cup of coffee or brewing yourself a hot cup of tea, whatever fits your tea, fits your cup, whatever fills your cup. Is that the saying? There's a saying, I just can't remember it right now. My 9th tip is get your electronics as far away from you as possible. Obviously, if you're doing stuff online, like on your computer, you can still use that because that's the only way you're gonna get the thing done. But if you only need a computer, you don't need your iPad or your phone or anything else right next to you. So just put it as far away as you can possible. I try to put it like on the other side of the room. Sometimes I forget. You can also put your phone on do not disturb so that you don't hear the ding or the vibration and have the urge to go to the other side of the room and look at your phone. Once I get on my phone, I basically end up there for like an hour just scrolling through Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, or just getting lost in some Google search, which is like really random. Before I know it, it's been a very long time and I got zero stuff done, which then ends up making me feel bad that I got distracted and didn't get anything done because I was too busy being on my phone. Finally, my last tip is to not procrastinate. This is easier said than done. I have procrastinated before, a lot of times actually. One thing that I think helps out a bit is, for example, if you get an assignment at school and it's due next week, you're gonna think maybe, oh, it's due next week, I can just start it later in a couple days. How about instead of doing that, you just start a small portion of it that day, then do a little small portion of it the next day, and just continue doing that until it's due. Then by the time it's due, you're gonna basically have it complete. It's not gonna even feel like you did that much work because you spaced it out and did little portions of it throughout the week, rather than doing it all literally the day before and stressing yourself out and then getting just so stressed out. When I get stressed out, I cry. I am so emotional and sensitive and I hate crying. So I tend to just do the work ahead of time rather than last minute. Basically, don't procrastinate. If you're watching this video and procrastinating, do your stuff right now. I'm sorry to say this. Even though I want you guys to continue watching the video, get out of here, get your stuff done, be productive. Instead of watching this video or the video you're gonna watch after this or whatever video you watched before this, go and do your stuff. Go. I'm kicking you out right now. Go and get your stuff done, girl or guy or whatever you are in here. I literally don't know. I can't see the demographics of my channel. Go get your stuff done. I got a bit too passionate there. So those are the 10 tips I have for you guys today, and if you guys enjoyed the video, let me know if you guys would like some similar content, or comment down below some ideas of similar content videos that you guys would like to see. I hope these tips were helpful and that you're going to be using them very soon to get your stuff done and actually have a wonderful, happy time getting all your stuff done, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to be happy and productive and have a happy life, and I wish you all the best. And why am I doing this? I'm sorry, I get like in a weird mood when I like turn on the camera. I'm like, I love you guys very much, to the moon and back, and I'll see you guys in my next video.